is just not going to plan. Or is it? No, don't know. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another makeup get ready with me. Kind of spur of the moment, guys. So this isn't really like a makeup get ready with me routine. This is more like let's have a little girly chit chat while I do my makeup. And I wanted to do one of these for the new year. I've been seeing an underlying theme. You guys have been giving me feedback. It's like we just need to have a little chit chat about going into this new year because guys, it's huge. Mind my bangs, guys, like it's a love-hate relationship with them. I love them and they like, I love playing with my look. They kind of make me look kind of gothy vampire-ish, which is kind of neat. But they're a little bit of a pain in the butt. And don't mind, I'm tired. We need to wake up. So I'm gonna be using this magic serum by Charlotte Tilbury. I've used a whole bottle with this before, guys. It's pretty good. It makes your face really soft. So we're hoping she wakes us up. Oh yeah, shit. I needed to wash my face. Oh, here we are. It's too expensive. We're not washing it now. 2025 is a big year. I really want to talk about just like stepping into this new year, guys, because this has been like an underlying theme. Stepping into the new version of you, your highest self, stepping into the new year, things like that. And if you guys don't know anything about 2025, it is the year of the serpent. It is numerology number 9. If you know anything about like synchronicity or things like that, 999, that is like abundance, you know, at least for me, that signifies abundance. And then, like I said, the serpent is the number 9. So the serpent is like the Kundalini energy, the energy of transformation, the Shakti, the divine feminine. So basically shedding of an old skin. It's a death and a rebirth cycle. Especially with the Kundalini energy, guys, that is basically stepping into your soul purpose. If you know anything about Kundalini, if you know anything about me and doing Kundalini yoga and having 3 Kundalini awakenings in my life so far, it's a very transformative energy. It will change your life. Basically, when you step into your Kundalini energy, work with the energy, it's released in the body. You cannot, like, it will not let you not live out your soul's purpose. It will basically burn away everything that's not in alignment with your authentic self. And guys, we're stepping into that energy in 2025. Does this mean that it will automatically happen for you guys? That you will just automatically start manifesting with the Kundalini energy, the divine feminine, the energy of creation. So basically bringing into physical manifestation your soul's desires, right? Right, creating heaven on earth. After all the shit that we have been through with 2024, basically since like, honestly, 2018 is kind of when it started for me, all the way up until 2024. If you're watching this, you're probably on this correct timeline, right? So this probably entered into your reality for a reason, or just to bring more into awareness to help you step into the 2025 energy. But not everybody is going to have that reality, guys. Why? Because you have to choose it, right? You have to choose to step into it. And that's where like this underlying theme that I keep like having come across, like all of my posts that I've been doing, or all of the quotes that have been coming across my page, or conversations that I've been having with people. It's like you have to decide to make these changes. You have to decide to work with the energy, right? Otherwise, you're gonna repeat your cycles. You're gonna repeat the karmic wheel that you're on. And I hate the word karma, guys, but it's essentially just a pattern of energy. So you've essentially spent how many years doing shadow work, doing the work to recognize your patterns. That's the point of shadow work, is to dive into the shadows, to understand the self more, to recognize your shit and call yourself out on your bullshit and to do something about it. You are literally crystallizing a decision, a timeline, a matter coming into existence when you legit decide something and hold that vibration. So you have got to decide to step into this energy of 2025. Otherwise, it's not going to happen for you guys. It's just not. The thing that I always say with God or the universe is that it will not do for you for what you will not do for yourself, right? So if you're like legit, just like watch this video and just be like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, manifest my soul's dreams, and it's just automatically gonna happen for me in 2025, and then not do anything about it, just like sit around and then wait for said manifestations to start popping into your existence. Like, it's not gonna work that way, guys. That's just not how God works. That's not how manifestation works. It would be nice, but ultimately when you do that, you're just kind of like half-assing it. You're not understanding what you're supposed to be doing. So I always say that God will not do for you what you will not do for yourself. If you're not going to take the steps forward or make the changes necessarily to step into the new reality, God will not work with you. So I call them the breadcrumbs of the universe. You have got to take the breadcrumbs to then start getting more breadcrumbs, right? So this is where the universe meets you halfway, or God meets you halfway. And then it's kind of like taking these breadcrumbs on like a whim and a prayer, on basically faith of like, you don't exactly know what's going to happen. It feels right, or these feel like signs and synchronicities, or sometimes you just know, you just freaking know. And then so you go after it, and then you walk forward in faith. You walk forward in faith, and the breadcrumbs that you're taking, knowing that because you were taking action, because you were doing the work, because you are basically putting your trust in God and surrendering on what you think that you need in your life, or what you think these manifestations are going to look like. You just understand that the energy that you're walking into 2025, it is for your highest timeline. It is for your soul's purpose. But because you're taking action with this knowing and the faith walking forward, will be when the universe meets you halfway. It will be when God creates the biggest blessings in your life, because we need faith. Faith is one of the strongest energies for manifestation, because it's actually you're allowing God to work through you in your life, rather than, I say, blocking or resisting the true gifts that are in alignment with your soul, right? That is where the universe meets you halfway, but you have to take action. That is part of it. Yes, you have to match said vibration of your soul's purpose of the manifestation to actually see the manifestations, to actually be able to recognize it. It's almost like you have to tune into the radio station. So you do this by just like setting the intention and then trusting. Guys, set the intention and then let go. Trust, and then start to see how you feel. Like, the feeling is the key, guys. The feeling is the battery. It's like what draws it in and what helps you take action. So essentially, the highest timeline that you can manifest from is when you get in alignment with love, because that ultimately is your soul, and your soul's purpose is to be the expression of love here, right? Even though we are all the energies, guys, don't get me wrong, we are all the energies, but when you express love, that is basically your highest timeline possible that you can create or attract from. And where does love come from? Guys, it's your heart center. The heart is the legit battery of your body. It's the battery of your soul. That is the portal of God, is what I call it. It is legit where I have heard God come through, is the heart chakra. Like, the legit organ spoke to me. And if you guys know anything about the heart chakra in itself, like, it has a brain of its own. And I know, like, we know, like, the gut is like the second brain. Your heart, I swear, is the true brain. The brain up in our head is just more of the human monkey. I don't want to say the human monkey mind, but it is like just the spiritual hardware is what I call it, to help you tune into the radio station, to help you tune into your highest timeline, to channel in love. So when you set the intention, that's your mind, right? Because we have the mind of God. So you get to like tune into that radio station, and then you channel it in, and that's the reality you create. You just legitimately like cannot sit back and just expect shit to happen. It's like you have to be a conscious creator in your life. And it's almost like, it's like this balancing act between consciously creating and trusting, right? It's kind of like the balance between setting the intention and knowing that everything that you desire in your life, everything that you want to manifest in your life is the same as what God wants for you. It's not anything different, but then it's trusting the process behind it. It's trusting that because you want it, you are worthy of it, and you just have to tune into that radio station and then hold that frequency for it to manifest in the physical 3D reality, because there is a lag in time. Get that comment too. Time doesn't exist. I know. I feel like I just have to like keep talking as I do my makeup, so I don't have to keep editing out all this space. I think one of my favorite quotes is from Steve Harvey, and he said, what is the point of life if you didn't have to have faith? And he's totally true in that. Like, what is the point of life if you didn't have to exercise your faith? And to go into more of what like faith is, if you think about terms as far as definitions of like NLP is where I learned it, which is neuro-linguistic programming. Faith is just like a level of belief. A belief is a thought that you keep on repeat. A thought is just an idea. It's a concept, right? So our beliefs basically are formed, you know, in childhood. They're instilled upon us. They're formed from experiences, and they're thoughts that you hold on to. You program them into your subconscious, essentially. And most of the time what happens is we get programmed when we are a child, just from our parents, experiences, culture, things like that. They're ideas that we hold about ourselves. So essentially whatever you have in your subconscious will be what you truly believe about yourself and what you're capable of achieving in your life, right? And so if you want to change that, you have to consciously do it. And that is the level of faith, which is the level of a belief in something. So you have to power up your belief to then power up your faith. Does that make sense? I might be saying this wrong. I've said it like so many freaking times. I'm just trying to multitask here and it's not working out so great. Faith is basically the feeling that you have within yourself to achieve something, be something, manifest something, when the evidence of it isn't real yet. The evidence of it isn't in your physical 3D reality. It's just something you envision, and it's something you feel in your heart. The heart is what's going to power that belief into a knowing, and the knowing is the undescribable feeling of like you just know that it's going to happen. You just know something is going to happen for you, right? But you have no idea how it is that you know. It's like some unforeseen force is just like within you that you're like, I know that I'm going to be this thing. I know that I'm going to achieve this thing. And I can't tell you XYZ how I know it. I just do, because I feel it, and I have so much freaking faith in myself and in God that I'm deserving of it, that God is going to help me achieve this thing. But I have faith in myself that I'm not going to stop until I get it. I'm not going to stop because I know this thing is meant for me. I know it's part of my soul and it's part of my destiny, because you feel that alignment with love in it. So because you feel that alignment with love in it, paired with the vision, paired with the gift that God has bestowed upon you, the vision of that, it draws your soul to that. Your soul follows love. Love is life force. All humans will follow that because it gives us life. You can have the vision, and this is where God will not do for you for what you will not do for yourself. If you have the vision but you're not willing to let go of the shit that's not in vibration with love, to let go of the lower level frequencies, to then match said vibration, to be the person to have said vibration, it's just not possible. It's not the way that the energy works, right? It's quantum physics. It's literally the laws of the universe. God made these laws for a reason. So you have this vision, this gift of your life given to you because it's possible for you. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to think it into existence. Otherwise you wouldn't match that vibration because that is the highest thought you hold of yourself. And the more that you take the steps forward, manifest that reality to achieve that, to be that, right? Then the clearer you get on what else is possible for you, the higher that you go, right? You don't know what you don't know until you take steps forward to create clarity. Action creates clarity, right? But you have to do it. It's your responsibility. And I am like a believer in the fact that the universe or God gives us these visions because whatever it is that we're meant to manifest, it's healing for our soul. We're following love. We're supposed to heal our life. We're supposed to transcend the earthly energies into something higher. And those earthly energies, although they are important, they're of this physical 3D reality, and we're trying to transcend them into higher ways of being, higher energies, so then we can manifest, you know, like a utopia here. We're trying to expand the human consciousness. We're trying to be better as a race, as a society. We're trying to create love here on earth. Basically, it already all exists. We're just trying to match that timeline, or you are essentially, because there are multiple earths. I say multiple earths that exist. Everybody's living in their own basically level of consciousness. Some people are living in a utopia, right? Some people might have the mind of freaking Jesus and can see God and experience God and everything. We just don't know that they're out there. They're monks living in a dang sanctuary, probably levitating in a mountain somewhere, that they can probably heal people just like Jesus. We just don't know that they exist, because the only way that they can get to that level of consciousness is if they escape the world, and then you have to live on the mountain forever. Otherwise, when you come into the world, then you're tested. That's when the true shit happens. That's where Jesus was the ascended master, because he could hold that level of consciousness while still being surrounded by lower level frequencies. He could transcend them, whereas it's pretty damn easy, honestly, to make yourself match like a vibration of love when you meditate for a long time or by yourself. It's when you're around others and you're tested is when shit gets hard. We do need people like monks or things like that, so then they just spend their lives basically outside of the reality, so then they're of service of others, so then they stay there and then you go see them and then they help you heal your life. Not really what I would want to do. I think I just like being a creator so much that like my purpose is to like, I feel like create and be the channel of God here and to inspire others to step into their purpose. Like so many people I feel like are on that reality of like their purpose is to just help people step into the best version of themselves, to help them heal, to teach basically. If you look at it, like a lot of souls came back here to just teach or to help heal or connect people to spirit. But I mean, you don't necessarily have to do that. Whatever vision you hold for yourself of what you want to create for your life is what you came back to create. I've been in like my little Cleopatra era and just doing a huge freaking cat eye, because with the bangs I think it just looks gorgeous. And so that's kind of like where I'm at with my concept of 2025. And guys, like, I'm right there with you. Like, I've had the year of 2024 was so like transformative in a shitty but good way. There is so much crap that, like, not necessarily trauma that happened in my reality, even though there is some shit happening that I consider to be traumatizing and honestly is, but because like I understand it and I know how to work through it, it's nothing that I know that I can't handle, or that my faith can't handle, or that God can't help me through eventually. Like, nothing is permanent, right? That is the blessing, that everything is change, or everything will change, but it's up to you to like allow that change. So yeah, things can happen to you in your reality, like traumatizing events, things like that, and it's there to help you. It will basically catalyze or alchemize energy within you but it's not a permanent state of being unless you allow it to transform you. So it can either make or break you, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So you can either wallow in self-pity or be the victim of your life in these things, or you can look at these as like helping hands from the universe, even though it might not feel like it. And even though like some shit is really heavy, like I've known at least 3 different people who are dealing with deaths in the family, like sudden deaths of children, things of like heavy shit like that. And it's like, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, how is that a gift from the universe? How is that a helping hand? How can you say that? And it's kind of like, you have to trust. You have to trust that nothing is in your control. You wouldn't have been able to do anything anyway about it. Things happen for a reason, and we're not supposed to understand that reason, guys. I don't believe we are fully supposed to understand everything. The human mind cannot comprehend everything that happens in our world, or even what goes on in the universe, the laws of the universe. And why would we? Like, what fun would that be? What would be the point? Kind of going back to, you know, what's the point of faith? Or life without faith. What's the point of life if you had all the answers? That's no fun. Gosh, my eyelashes are like super long. So guys, what I am trying to say here is, just because 2025 is the year of transformation, is the year of manifesting heaven on earth, if you don't make the decision to actually walk in faith and trust and make the changes while walking in faith, nothing's gonna change. If you don't change, nothing changes. You know, you keep in that, I say, karmic loop, but just in that pattern of energy. You're being called this year, honestly guys, to break the karmic cycles. You're being called to take the step forward on what you intuitively know you need to do with your life. All of us, I believe, know deep down the changes that we need to make in order for us to live our happiest, healthiest lives, our soul's purpose, right? And you're being called to do that. This is a chance for you to step into an energy that can quantum leap you into your wildest dreams. But it requires you to change. It requires you to step forward with faith, without knowing the exact outcome, but knowing at the same time you're walking forward fully supported, fully safe, and in love for your highest self. You're literally doing this for you. You're doing this because you love yourself, not because anybody else wants you to do it. You do it out of self-love, for you, for the soul. And you will manifest a reality beyond your wildest dreams, guys. You have to trust the process. This is the process. Not one human escapes it. Not one human doesn't go through this process. You can avoid it and stay in hell, or you can step forward and create heaven. And I know that sounds very harsh, guys, but this is it. This is true. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am done with my makeup. Now I have got to adults and get a bunch of stuff done before the work week next week. So I'm sending you guys all my light and all my love. Sat now. Don't wanna be a one.